When I quit my job from a very reputed software organization after having worked there for about 8 years, so people told me that, Sunil, why don't you go back to another organization uh, and continue to work on your software career? And I very, very, very clearly made a mental note and a clear decision that I'm not going to go back to this space. But I keep getting advice even now after 2 years that why don't you go back? Because after 3 years of uh, getting out of a certain sector, it's very difficult to come back in. What people don't realize is that I have put my all in for coaching. Right? The only thing I ask of them and expect of them is support from your end, saying how can you help me as a coach grow my business. I may not want your advice at this particular point of time because that decision has been made. You don't know the history of why I quit. You don't know the mystery of why I am taking this up. I haven't told you. And the moment you're giving me free, unwanted advice, I am not really feeling safe that I will share you why I got this. What do I see as the future of coaching and why I am drawn to coaching? Why I exited from uh, the organization that I was part of in the first place. But if you were to also possibly mentor me, as a coach, I chose not to have a niche. I choose not to have a niche, and that itself is my niche. That I work not on a niche, not on a target sector, not on a target audience, but more on a specialization. The first thing I hear is that without a niche, people will not be able to identify who you are. And with that, people will not give you business. People may not want to be working with a generalist. They want to work with somebody who's a specialist. True. And it may be one of the possibilities. And while I asked for mentorship, one of the first things that got this thing was I went to six different people, and all six of them told me six different things, saying, you know what, Sunil, from my experience, this is exactly what you should do, and you shouldn't do anything else. Just follow step one, step two, step three, step four, step five. You will get there. Then what they were doing was actually consulting, but also looking at my life from their lens. Looking at my life in the present with their lens with 20, 25 years of experience. So it didn't help me at that point to have a mentor's point of view. When I went to a coach, one of the reasons I love coaching so much is basically because of this. They asked me, so how are you feeling? And in possibly 30, 32 years of my life, I don't think I had anybody ask me in a conversation saying, when you're telling me something that's very, very important for you, how are you feeling? And that was when it was very, 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 very clear what this is fascinating. What I had as an output after that conversation was an absolute grace. Here was somebody sitting down, not giving me advice, not looking at my life with their lens and their experiences, not painting on my canvas, but rather giving me a space to paint my own canvas. Fascinating, isn't it? All through life, we've been parented, we've been advised, we've been unclified, auntified to such a point that we don't even trust our decisions anymore. And people don't trust our decisions because if we take decisions, we'll make mistakes. And here is one space where you're allowed to be who you are. There is no judgment. There is no space of saying, you know what, that's not right, that's not wrong, that's not okay. So here's a space you can just be yourself, paint your own canvas, put red color on top of pink color. It's okay. because you're choosing to do that. As a coach, we're asking you how you feel. How do you like to feel? What's happening? And in that space, I tell you from the most bottomest parts of my heart and bottomest parts of my bottom. I had never felt so relieved, so stress free, so happy, even though I hadn't got a solution from a coaching conversation. I had found that I had been heard and heard fully and completely from the other side. What a transformation it was. What a space it was to just be in as a client. Oh, wow. It was one of the most fascinating things that happened when I found coaching, or rather, coaching found me a little later. Once I had found Ananda at the feet of the Lord, did I want to do anything else? Absolutely not. I wanted to be a coach. I wanted to bring that fascination towards life, towards possible impact, towards having to listen to somebody, be there in the present with them, not having any pressures to find answers for them, not having any pressure to deliver, just just be in the moment, listen, and ask maybe questions at the right time, pause at the right time, and then have them discover what they wanted to discover. And in painting, red over pink, pink over red, blue over yellow, the masterpiece and the Van Goghs that they had created. For them to even look back at that canvas and feel that, you know what, I can actually paint my own canvas. That confidence, that change, that transformation is an intangible one. I cannot tell you how many of my conversations have been transformational, how many of them have been transitional. But I do know with every coaching conversation, the client has put their own seeds that will find land opening up for them, that will find freedom, that will find existence, that will find joy. So, as a coach, I love being in this space of not having to give feedback, not having to give my opinions, not having to share my canvas with somebody else, but have them paint their own canvas and make sense of their own canvas and see what's there, what's missing, what's to be found, their own strengths, their own spaces, the pause between the words, the changes in energy. Fascinating, isn't it? So, whenever somebody now comes to me, I ask them, what do you want me to listen? What do you want me to share? Or what do you want to share? Sorry. What do you want to share and what do you want me to listen to? I will offer this space for you to bring all of your thoughts, all of your tools, all of your paints, all of your canvases, and have the luxury and time of painting them with me. While I sit and watch, while I sit and check, while I sit and ask, I check in, not check. What's happening with you? How are you feeling as you paint this? I see a red that's jumping around. What's it telling you? How are you feeling as you do this? What would you like to feel? What are you processing? How are you holding on? This and much, much more. Yeah, that's what keeps me going when I see the possibilities of that. And even at a deeper, denser spiritual level, how many times in life do you actually get to sit and listen to somebody and possibly also not do anything else, not work on the phone, not have something else, no music to listen to, no pens to play with, no poems to write, nothing on your task list, just simply sitting there. How spiritually enriching is that? To be simply present in the moment as each moment goes by. And looking at somebody transform themselves on the other side is an added bonus that comes with simply being present. That's it for this video. Thank you. Thank you for watching.